Hello guys, welcome. I'm talking about LooksMaxxing again, surprise, surprise. Let me preface this video by just saying that this is about obsessing over LooksMaxxing. Okay, I believe that we are all God's creatures, and being God's creatures, being God's creation, we should take care of ourselves in the highest manner. Okay, and we should represent ourselves in the highest manner. But when we obsess over something so vain like LooksMaxxing, when we begin to think that we're better than other people based on the way we looked, when we haven't had to work for anything, we haven't done anything good, I think it's very narcissistic, and obviously narcissism is bad. So I'm just going to preface. So let's just watch this quick clip of Alex Jones. I know he's controversial, but I feel like this clip, it sort of sums up everything that I'm saying, and it's almost, I think what he says in here encapsulates the philosophy of life maxing a little bit. You'll see what I mean.
Look, when you realize how fake it all is, the football, the basketball, the Lady Gaga, the Justin Bieber, who gives you these carbon tax messages. They tell your kids they got to love Justin Bieber, and then Bieber says, hand in your guns, pass the Cybersecurity Act, and the police state's good, and then your children are turned into mindless vassals who now they look up to some twit instead of looking up to Thomas Jefferson or looking up to Nikola Tesla or looking up to Magellan. I mean, kids, Magellan's a lot cooler than Justin Bieber. He circumnavigated with one ship the entire planet. He was killed by wild natives before they got back to Portugal, and when they got back, there was only like 11 people alive of the 200 and something crew, and the entire ship was rotting down to the waterline. That's destiny, that's will, that's striving, that's being a trailblazer and explorer, going into space, mathematics, quantum mechanics, the secrets of the universe. It's all there. Life is fiery with its beauty, its incredible detail. Tuning into it, they want to shatter your mind talking about Justin Bieber. It's pure evil. They're taking your intellect, your soul, and giving you Michael Jordan and Bieber. Unlock your human potential. Defeat the globalists who want to shatter your mind, your doorways to perception. I want to see you truly live. I want to see you truly be who you are. I don't want my progeny who's coming.
All right, I'll leave it there. So, I mean, you can see what Alex is saying. He wants you to truly live, not go after and idolize shallow figures. That's what this is really about. I find it so baffling that these kids are looking at LooksMaxxers and thinking that they're admirable. Admirable for what? For fucking coming out of the womb and then growing up and just existing? And then, like, of course, it's like, I think maybe everyone will relate to this on a level. And it's like the ego gets involved, and it's like, these guys think they are better than other human beings for doing what? For existing. For looking better. Oh, bro, how'd you get famous, bro? How'd you make your money? Oh, I just fucking got born and I started taking selfies. And I started recording myself in public. What do you fucking do? So you guys know that saying, hard times create strong men. Strong men create good times. Good times create weak men. Weak men create hard times. Now, if you are awake, I hope you realize that we're kind of in the hard times right now. Now, how do we get out of the hard times? We need strong men. Real masculinity that does stuff, that builds stuff, that just does not seek shallow validation and want validation from women because they are so insecure. We need people that do stuff. This is why it's better to admire people that, you know, like Magellan, as Alex Jones says, who was a hero, who did something great, instead of a LooksMaxxer who's actually deeply insecure. Because those people, those LooksMaxxers, those shallow individuals, they are keeping us in the hard times. And then they spread their ideology, they spread their stupid ideology saying, oh, you could be like me if you LooksMaxx and buy my course. And it's just, you know, misguiding more of these young kids into thinking that their life is shit because they're born a certain way. It's just like, fuck. It actually pisses me off. Like, it pisses me off. Oh, God. Let's react to some reels because I guess I'm using Instagram reels as research and I'm saving the reels from LooksMaxxers and black pillars that I find. Imagine these guys have kids and they're like, and their kids are like, oh, daddy, what do you do, daddy? Oh, son. And he goes, I'm a LooksMaxxer, son. What? You're a what? Do you want to leave this earth? You're on your deathbed. Are you gonna think to yourself, man, I wish I LooksMaxxed more. Yeah, bro. I really wish I fucking looked better so I could sleep with more women. Do you guys know all of those red pillars, like the red pill pickup artists? Do you know they all ended up washed up and unhappy, you know, like really unfulfilled? I read the game. The game is a game about pickup artistry. At the end of the book, he reflects that all the red pillar pickup artists, even though they can go to town, get all these numbers, and they were peacocking, they look, I don't know, that some of them got surgery, they did all this. They did all of this just to get women, which is pretty similar to what the LooksMaxxers do. You know, they just do it because they want women, and they all ended up unhappy. Now, okay, let's react to some reels I found. My grandmother now calls me Chad. She's honestly the only femoid who I respect. I showed her Chad memes, and I told her about incelism. I told her Chads and the 2080 rule. Now she goes, how's my Chad doing? Because she knows I want to be a Chad. When I helped her open the jar, she said, it's nice to have a strong young man in the house. You're a real Chad. I actually felt so validated there. Whew, I don't know, this must be a joke, but it's insecure. Chud lets his fedora fall, a metaphor for how he has escaped being an inkwell. Truly beautiful. Yes, this is what needs to happen. This is what needs to happen with the black pillars. They need to grow up, and yeah, let the bullshit go. Here's another one. Why is Tarantino posing like he's the handsome one? Now, I like this one, now, because out of the whole group, you know who I think's the coolest? Well, I do think Brad Pitt is pretty cool. But it's Tarantino, because Tarantino is the director. He is the mastermind behind the whole film. So he's the fucking cool one, like, he's the real winner there. Now, oh, here's another one. Generate someone with a bad personality. And then, of course, ChatGPT makes an ugly guy with pimples, bad physiognomy, and then you see like a prettier boy, blue eyes, blonde hair. And then, you know, of course, there's comments. It's all about looks, bro. Oh yeah, no, there's some smart people with a person that has good thoughts. They'll reflect on his face. Yes. Some people still say looks don't matter. Like, and of course, like, these guys are all kids. They're all little kids that haven't left high school. And like, all they see in their class is they see Chads get the girl, and then they look at their own lives, and their ego has to come up with the reason for why they're in the position that they're in. And they come up with the reason, it's because of this, it's because of that, it's because of the statistics, the Tinder statistics, they said I don't have the halo effect. But they don't have the real courage to look themselves in the mirror and say, oh, it's actually because I'm a fucking lazy piece of shit. Like these black pillars, they're so cynical. They'll be cynical about society. They'll be cynical about what I say. They'll be cynical about Jordan Peterson. They'll be cynical about having hope. They'll be cynical about God. They'll be cynical about this, about that. But they won't be cynical about themselves. You see, if they keep on going down the route of cynicism, eventually they'll get to the point where they can get cynical about their own minds. Because in reality, most of them are 16 years old, and they should get to the point where they think, what the hell do I know? I don't know shit. I haven't been out there in the world. I'm just a little kid. I'm a little kid that sits on my computer all day, brainwashing myself with these negative paradigms, with these negative belief systems, and here I am, cynical about the world and about everything else. Okay, so bad personality. Look, you know what I see here? I see a guy, first of all, bad facial expression. What does this mean? It means his internal state is angry. It suggests that he's resentful. It suggests that love isn't flowing internally. So he's angry and he's upset. Second of all, he has acne, he has a bad diet, or he doesn't have enough self-love to watch his face. He doesn't actually love himself enough as God's creation to get a haircut, or to maybe go to sleep on time because he's got bags under his eyes. Like this guy, if you look at his facial proportions, they all seem pretty equal. So if he cleaned himself up and just had enough love for himself to lose some weight, then he could look better. It's because his bad personality is manifesting on his exterior. And vice versa, when you see the pretty blonde kid, he has love flowing within himself, so it manifests on his exterior. He has a nice smile. He's happy. He's happy, isn't he? Obviously loves himself enough to not eat fucking Oreos and stuff himself with shit food.
I'm always going to vote for the more attractive person in any political election. It just seems too unrealistic to me to put my faith in someone who doesn't even mog their political opponent. Like, how are you supposed to run a country if you can't even mog the opposition? I don't care about your policies, I don't care about your rhetoric. All I care about is, do you mog the other candidate? I'm always going to vote for...
Okay, I'm pretty sure he's joking. But do you know why this LooksMaxxer is making this kind of content? It's because when you build your whole life and your whole life's work around LooksMaxxing, which is something ultimately shallow, which is a temporary thing within these times that we live in, is that eventually you need to get to a point where you think, shit, I need to expand and make some crazy, stupid content so I can get more viewers, right? Like, I'm telling you guys, these LooksMaxxers, they will end up washed up. They will be washed up. They've built their whole life's work on a shaky foundation. None of it's real. None of it adds real value. It's all just fucking self-aggrandizement. And it only leads to one place. To conclude, find God. Find God. Find God. Find God.